Welcome to the online lecture series on 8051 microcontroller. We shall start with 8051 serial port. Okay, it is also called as universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. Okay, we shall see why it is called asynchronous, why it is called universal. Okay, in this video tutorial, we shall only see the general concepts of serial communication. Okay. The first question is why communication is required. Okay, you all have mobiles, right? In that device itself, you have so many types of communication you do. Okay, you have the Bluetooth communication, which is a wireless communication, and you have Wi-Fi communication, and in some mobiles you also have NFC. Okay, so all these are the way of communicating the data. Okay, from one device to the other device. You also have a 3.5 mm audio jack wherein you receive the audio output. Okay, so communication is a very essential part of any microcontroller. Okay, so if you broadly classify, you have wired and wireless communication. Okay, so the serial communication is a wired communication. Okay, so sometimes it is required that we need to send the data, okay, to the outside world so that we can debug or analyze or come to know what's happening inside the microcontroller. Okay, there are several ways you can send the data. You can also display it on the LCD, but you know LCD all has got limitations. You can only display uh, a data of very few characters. Okay, so in case you want to dump larger datas or you want to send larger datas, then serial communication is very useful. Okay, so that you can collect the data and you can analyze the data. Okay, so let's see the basics of serial communication. So basically you have two types of communication here. One is serial, the other is parallel. Okay, so in serial you have basically two lines. One is the transmitter and one is the receiver. Okay, so in serial communication what happens is the data is communicated one bit at a time. Okay, what does it mean? Suppose if you take character A, okay, and whatever communication happens, it is in terms of ASCII characters. Okay, suppose if we take an example of character A, okay, capital A. So the ASCII character of ASCII equivalent of A is 41, 41H. Okay, so if you write it in binary, it will be 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, this is in binary. So what happens in serial communication is these bits are transmitted bit by bit. So first this bit is transmitted, next this. Okay, so that's why it is called as serial communication. Okay, so it takes more time to transmit. Whereas in parallel communication, okay, you have 8 lines dedicated for these 8 bits. Okay, so all these 8 bits are transmitted at once. So parallel communication is faster. Okay, but both has got its own advantages as well as disadvantages. Now serial communication, since you are transmitting bit by bit, you require only a single line, one for transmission and one for reception. Okay, whereas parallel communication, so since you require only single line, so serial communication is preferred for longer distances. Okay, because you know you need only one line for transferring the data. On the other hand, parallel communication, it is preferred for shorter distances. like you have a printer which is connected to PC. Okay, because the number of lines required are equal to the number of bits. Okay, so more hardware is required. So if you go for longer distances, it will be very costly. Okay, then as it is evident, serial communication is slower, whereas your parallel communication is fast. Then we have two terminologies, what we call it as simplex communication and the duplex communication. In simplex communication, so one device will be always transmitting, whereas the other devices will be always in the reception mode. A very simple example is your computer and printer. So computer is always at the transmitting end, and printer is always at the receiving end. Okay, so that kind of communication, one-way communication, we call it as simplex communication. In duplex communication, okay, both the devices can transmit and both the devices can receive. Now, based on this, again this duplex communication, it is classified as half duplex and full duplex. Now, in case of half duplex communication, so communication happens from both the sides, both the devices. When I say duplex, so both the devices can transmit and can receive. But in case of half duplex communication, if one is transmitting, the other is at the reception. And if this is at the transmitting end, so this one will be at the reception mode. Okay, so the best example is this walkie-talkie which these traffic policemen use. Okay, fine. So that is an example of a half duplex communication. In full duplex communication, so you have a single line here. Okay, in half duplex, so that's why one can transmit and one can receive. Whereas in full duplex communication, you have two dedicated lines, one for transmission and the other for reception. So anyone can transmit at any time and anyone can receive at any time. So the best example for this is your telephone. Okay, so you can transmit, you can speak at any time. The other person can also speak at any time. Okay, so this is about the basics of serial communication. Thank you.